They always say diabetes can't be reversed, but that's usually coming from people who've never learned how to eat the right way. Did you know that just by changing one single food at breakfast, many older adults in the US have dropped their blood sugar by up to 40% in just 2 weeks without adding any extra medication? What shocked me the most is that the foods that lower blood sugar the fastest aren't expensive at all. In fact, most of them are probably already sitting in your kitchen right now. So if you've ever felt exhausted from your sugar levels going up and down, or felt that little fear every time your doctor calls with your lab results, then stay with this video. Because I'm about to share 7 foods that are stronger than medicine, all backed by real research proven to stabilize blood sugar, lower cholesterol, and bring back your energy after 60. Make sure you watch till the end because food number 1 is something 90% of diabetics are completely overlooking, even though it costs just a few cents a day. Before we jump in, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button and ring the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. And if you enjoy this kind of video, type yes in the comments. If not, type no, so I know how to make even better content for you. All right, let's get started with the very first food on the list. 1. Oats. If we could only choose one single food to begin our journey to naturally control blood sugar, then whole grain oats would absolutely deserve the number 1 spot. A lot of people think oats are just a boring breakfast cereal, but when used the right way, they actually work like a shield that protects our blood sugar all day long. Inside oats, there's a special type of fiber called beta-glucan. When it enters our digestive system, it doesn't dissolve like regular liquid. Instead, it turns into a soft gel that wraps around the food we eat. And that gel is what slows down the release of sugar and starch into our bloodstream, like pouring water slowly through a thick filter. That means no more blood sugar spikes after breakfast. But that's not all. Oats keep us full for longer, reduce sugar cravings, and help stop those snack attacks, something many people with diabetes struggle with every single day. Some studies even show that people who eat oats regularly can lower their HbA1c within just a few weeks, almost like getting good news from your doctor at your next checkup. And the best part, oats are not expensive, and they're incredibly easy to use. We can cook oatmeal with cinnamon and apples, or mix it with almond milk and let it sit in the fridge overnight. For those who don't like bland foods, just add a little crushed peanut or a few slices of banana, completely natural and still blood sugar friendly. Maybe in the past, our breakfast was white bread rice or pancakes, things that send our blood sugar soaring right after eating. But starting today, simply replacing part of it with whole grain oats can shift our body in a much better direction. Don't think of it as a diet food. Think of it as armor, something that protects our body every morning. And once we stick with it, even the other foods we eat throughout the day will start behaving better with our blood sugar. 2. Ceylon cinnamon. If oats are the armor that protects our blood sugar in the morning, then Ceylon cinnamon is the gatekeeper that keeps it steady throughout the entire day, especially when our stomach is empty. Many of us have woken up in the morning with higher blood sugar than when we went to bed. Sounds strange, right? But it's actually very common in people with type 2 diabetes. What's happening is insulin resistance. It's like the doors of our cells refuse to open, so the sugar just stays floating in the bloodstream. And that's exactly when Ceylon cinnamon steps in and does its job. Inside cinnamon are 2 powerful compounds, polyphenols and cinnamaldehyde. They work almost like locksmiths, helping our cells become more sensitive to insulin. That means insulin no longer has to knock on the door 10 times to be let in. It just taps once, and sugar is allowed into the cells where it belongs. Thanks to that, studies have shown that just half a teaspoon of cinnamon per day can reduce fasting blood sugar by up to 24%, while also helping lower bad cholesterol. And the best part, cinnamon isn't medicine. It doesn't taste bitter or unpleasant. We can sprinkle it over our morning oatmeal, stir it into almond milk, or even mix it with warm water before bed to keep blood sugar stable through the night. Some people even brew cinnamon tea with apple slices or lemon. It's soothing, fragrant, and perfect for a chilly evening. However, there's one important thing those of us with diabetes should know. There are 2 types of cinnamon in the market. Cassia cinnamon, the cheaper, more common one, but it contains high levels of coumarin, which may harm the liver if used long-term. And then there's Ceylon cinnamon, also known as true cinnamon, which is safer and more effective for health. So when buying cinnamon, look for labels that say Ceylon cinnamon or Canela de Ceylon. We deserve to give our bodies the best because this isn't just a spice, it's a natural form of insulin that nature has gifted to us. 3. Apple cider vinegar. If Ceylon cinnamon is the gatekeeper that protects our fasting blood sugar, then apple cider vinegar is the soldier that stops sugar spikes after meals. Because let's be honest, most of our blood sugar problems don't come when we're hungry. They come right after we eat foods like rice, bread, potatoes, or pasta. We finish eating, and just 30 minutes later, boom, our blood sugar shoots up like a roller coaster. And if that keeps happening every single day, our pancreas and heart eventually get worn out. But here's the amazing part. Just 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar before a meal can completely change that. Apple cider vinegar contains something called acetic acid. Think of it like a natural brake system. It slows down the breakdown of starch into sugar, preventing all that sugar from rushing into the bloodstream at once. Researchers have found that apple cider vinegar can reduce post-meal blood sugar by up to 30%, similar to some diabetes medications, but without the side effects. And the best thing, it's incredibly easy to use. All we need is 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar mixed with about 200 gills of water taken 10-15 minutes before a carb-heavy meal. And for those of us who wake up with high morning blood sugar, even when we didn't eat much the night before, we can drink a small diluted dose before bed to help stabilize sugar levels overnight. There's just one important note. Always choose raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother that cloudy layer at the bottom of the bottle. That's where the good bacteria and enzymes are, which help digestion and improve blood sugar control even more. Some people might be intimidated by the sour taste, but honestly, just add a little sugar-free honey or a few drops of lemon juice and it turns into a refreshing drink that helps digestion and reduces cravings. Sometimes one tiny habit before a meal can lead to a huge change on your next blood test. And apple cider vinegar is the perfect example of that. 4. Garlic. If apple cider vinegar is like a brake pedal that slows down blood sugar spikes after meals, then garlic is the shield that protects your heart and blood vessels, which is absolutely vital for anyone living with diabetes. We all know diabetes isn't just dangerous because of high blood sugar. The real danger lies in its silent companions: high blood pressure, artery, stiffness, heart attacks. And this is where garlic, especially raw garlic and black garlic, becomes an irreplaceable ally. Garlic contains a powerful compound called allicin. The moment you crush, chop, or chew garlic, allicin gets released, enters your bloodstream, and starts working its magic. It helps improve insulin sensitivity so sugar can move into your cells more easily. It also lowers bad cholesterol and reduces inflammation inside blood vessels. 2 major reasons why diabetics are at high risk of heart disease. You might be surprised, but just 1 to 2 cloves of raw garlic a day can make a noticeable difference. Of course, the strong smell of raw garlic can be a deal breaker for some people, and that's exactly why black garlic is such a great alternative. Black garlic is slow fermented over several weeks, so it loses the harsh taste, becomes mildly sweet, and is very easy to eat while still keeping most of its beneficial compounds. For older adults, eating 1 to 2 cloves of black garlic per day is both pleasant and powerful. A study in Japan even showed that people who regularly ate garlic had a much lower risk of cardiovascular disease. That means we're not just controlling blood sugar, we're protecting the heart, which is the organ most vulnerable in diabetes. At the end of the day, every little garlic clove is like a natural pill gifted by nature. We don't need to search far, just make it a habit to add garlic to stir-fries, soups, salads, or simply enjoy a couple of black garlic cloves after dinner. Your body will feel the difference day by day. Always remember, for diabetes, managing blood sugar isn't enough. We must also protect the heart. And garlic is one of the simplest yet most powerful gifts we have for both. 5. Broccoli. If you've ever searched for a vegetable that's good for blood sugar, good for the heart, and powerful against inflammation, broccoli is the true champion of the greens. It might sound a bit plain because it's so common in the supermarket, but sometimes the everyday foods we overlook are actually our strongest weapons. What makes broccoli special isn't just that it's low in carbs and low in calories. The real magic lies in a rare compound called sulforaphane. Many scientists have even compared sulforaphane to metformin, one of the most widely used diabetes medications. The difference is sulforaphane comes straight from nature. Once inside the body, sulforaphane acts like a smart coordinator. It helps your cells use sugar more efficiently, reduces insulin resistance, and lowers oxidative stress in the blood, which is a major reason blood vessels get damaged over time. Some studies have shown that people who eat broccoli regularly have more stable blood sugar, fewer spikes after meals, and even better liver health, which is crucial for those who have been taking medication for years. Another big bonus broccoli is high in fiber, but very low in fast-digesting carbs, meaning you can eat a generous portion without worrying about your blood sugar shooting up. And if you cook it the right way, lightly steamed or quickly stir-fried with olive oil and garlic, you can keep most of that sulforaphane intact. A simple dinner could be a plate of soft steamed broccoli drizzled with olive oil and sprinkled with cinnamon or black pepper, fragrant, easy on the stomach, and protective for your blood sugar all night long. If you prefer stronger flavors, toss it with almonds, low-fat cheese, or black garlic, delicious and diabetic friendly. People often think that to control diabetes, they need exotic or expensive foods. But the truth is, nature has already given us everything we need, we just haven't used it the right way. And broccoli is the perfect example of that. Turmeric, the golden gift for our pancreas and blood sugar. Most of us have heard of turmeric, that bright yellow powder used in curries or to marinate meat. But not everyone knows that behind that golden color lies a silent lifesaver for people battling diabetes every single day. Turmeric contains a powerful compound called curcumin. The name might sound complicated, but what it does is simple. Curcumin helps your body become more sensitive to insulin, like opening the door so sugar can move into your cells more easily instead of floating around in your bloodstream, causing fatigue, numbness, or even dangerous complications. On top of that, curcumin helps reduce inflammation, and if you've lived with diabetes for a while, you know your body often feels like it's quietly burning all the time. Turmeric helps calm that fire down. Research has even shown that curcumin can protect the pancreas, the organ that produces insulin, keeping it from getting damaged over time. That's crucial because once the pancreas weakens, controlling blood sugar becomes a lot harder. The best part, turmeric is very easy to use. You can stir a small spoonful of turmeric into warm almond or oat milk with a pinch of black pepper. That's a cozy cup of golden milk before bed. And don't skip the pepper. It helps your body absorb curcumin dozens of times better. If you're not a fan of drinking it, just add turmeric to stir-fry soups or even sprinkle it over your eggs. Some people might think, can just a little turmeric really make a difference? But health isn't something that changes overnight. It's like growing a garden. You water it a little each day, and slowly the flowers bloom. And when it comes to keeping blood sugar stable, turmeric is one of those quiet, consistent drops of water. So starting today, let turmeric have a place in your kitchen and in your healing journey. It's small but incredibly powerful. 7. Eggplant. A simple dish but a silent hero for diabetics. Most people think of eggplant as just a cheap, ordinary vegetable, something you throw into a meal just for variety. But surprisingly, behind that humble purple skin lies an incredible power to control blood sugar, blood fat, and even body weight. Eggplant is rich in a special group of antioxidants called anthocyanins, the very pigments that give it its deep purple color. And here's the exciting part. Studies have shown that anthocyanins can improve insulin sensitivity, helping insulin unlock the cells more easily so sugar can get out of the bloodstream faster. That's a big win for anyone managing diabetes. But that's not all. Anthocyanins also help the liver prevent fat buildup. So if you're dealing with fatty liver or high triglycerides, eggplant is a trustworthy friend. And let's not forget another bonus fiber. Eggplant is loaded with it. Fiber helps you stay full longer after meals, which reduces sugar cravings and unnecessary snacking. It also helps sweep out bad cholesterol from the body, keeping your heart protected. The best part are, eggplant is incredibly versatile and won't spike your blood sugar when cooked the right way. You can roast it whole and drizzle with olive oil and garlic, stir-fry it lightly with lean meat, or make a Mediterranean-style salad with lemon and fresh herbs. Just one reminder, try to avoid deep frying as that makes it too oily. Sometimes we think we need rare or expensive foods to be healthy, but the truth is our real lifesavers are often already sitting in the kitchen. We just haven't appreciated them yet. So if you haven't had eggplant in a while, let it make a comeback on your table this week. Not as a side dish, but as part of your journey to bring your body back into balance. One eggplant might be small, but it could be a big step forward for your health. And you know what? This isn't just theory. These foods have actually helped many older adults regain control of their blood sugar, even those who once thought, at my age, nothing will change anymore. Take Linda, 68, from Texas. For years, her morning blood sugar was always around 160, 170, even though she avoided carbs as much as she could. One day after hearing about a simple health tip, she decided to try something very small. Before bed, she drank a glass of water mixed with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. In the morning, she sprinkled half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon over her bowl of whole oats. In less than a month, her morning blood sugar dropped to around 125, 130. Her doctor thought she had switched medications. But no, she simply smiled and said, "Nope, I just added cinnamon and apple cider vinegar." Sometimes our bodies don't need big changes, just the right nudge. Then there's Robert, 72, from Florida. He had type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, and high cholesterol. He didn't like taking too many medications, so he decided to experiment with his food instead. Every morning he ate 2 cloves of black garlic, and he asked his wife to cook roasted or stewed eggplant at least 3 times a week. After 2 months, his lab results shocked even his doctor. Triglycerides dropped from 240 to 180. He lost nearly 5 centimeters off his waistline, and his mood improved dramatically. He said, "I never imagined eggplant and garlic could be that powerful." Age is not a reason for us to live in exhaustion because of diabetes. You don't have to starve yourself with strict diets. You don't have to depend entirely on medication. Your body can heal as long as you give it the right fuel. So here's my challenge for you today. Choose just one of the 7 foods we talked about and add it to your very next meal. And now I want to hear from you. Which one will you start with? Oats broccoli or apple cider vinegar? Drop your answer in the comments because your story might inspire thousands of others who are fighting the same battle. If this video was helpful, hit the like button so YouTube can share it with more seniors who need it. And don't forget to subscribe because every week I share simple, natural ways to control blood sugar without spending the rest of your life relying on medication. Thank you for being here. Keep fighting because your health deserves freedom, not limits set by blood sugar levels.